Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, original, chapter number 3, text number 30, Karma Yoga. Lord Krishna says here, Mayi Sarvani Karmani Sanyasya Adhyatma Chedasa Nirashir Nirmamo Bhutva Yuddhasva Vigata Jwaraha. Mayi Sarvani Karmani. You perform all activities for me. You don't do it for you. If you do it for you, then there will be entanglement because you will be responsible for your own actions. As we mentioned in the previous verse, because we are under the guna, the material modes of nature, we have a tendency to commit so many mistakes. But if you follow a leader like Krishna, the Supreme Lord, of course there is no like Krishna. There is only one personality who is Krishna, So there is no equal or superior to the Supreme Lord. If we follow Krishna's directions, then we will not be implicated or complicated in making decisions and implicated in different types of karmic activities. Therefore, the Lord actually tells, you do activities for me. You don't do anything for your personal enjoyment or your so-called family's enjoyment. We need to be little rude in spiritual life because people's attachment for something that is not real is so intense. To cut that net, we need to actually explain the truth as it is. People may not like it because it is the nature of the householders' lifestyle get attached to everything that they see, whether it is beautiful, famous, wealthy, knowledgeable person, or anything of such things. They get easily carried away by that. So ultimately we have to be detached. Otherwise death will come and force us to be detached. The detachment is guaranteed. Whether you voluntarily do it or you are forced to do it. Krishna says in the second line, Sanyasya Adhyatma Chedasa. What is sannyasa? Sannyasa means all activities that you render, do it as an offering to the Supreme Lord. That is what sannyasa means. It is not the dress. It is not given for their personal reputation and honor, so that the people will pay me all kinds of respects and money and glorify me. And no, it is the activities, sannyasya, adhyatma, from the soul that activities have to come, not from the body. In full consciousness, sannyasya, adhyatma, chedasa, in full conscious of the soul. That is the way we have to render activities for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord. Here we see Krishna is directing Arjuna how he should be free from this material entanglement. See, in order Krishna to say something to us, Krishna has to have a position. And you know that anybody who advises, we see their background. this guy is actually qualified to give me instructions. His manasa, vaja, karmana is the same, or he is saying something and doing something else. The same thing, we can assume that Lord Krishna is saying all these things. What is Krishna's position to advise us? I am such a great personality. I am a self-born, right? I am having so much power and money, and my reputation is all over my village and town or city. It was up to the Prime Minister. So who is this boy, Krishna, coming and instructing me? Now, Shastra explains, Vadanti tattva vidas tattvam yajnanam advayam brahmedi paramatmedi bhagavanedi savyam. This is the beautiful verse given by the great sages of Naimisharanya. So, the Absolute Lord has three features. We all know there is God. We are all looking at Him from our angle of vision. Somebody sees that He is the unlimited, all-pervading Brahman. Brahman represents Krishna's eternity portion. Then some people see Krishna or the one single absolute Lord as Paramatma. The Paramatma represents the absolute truth's knowledge portion, because Paramatma is a super soul, knows everything of everybody and everything also, and every object also. Therefore, he is called Paramatma. Paramatma is a fully cognition personality. He knows every nook and corner of the universe and heart of all living entities. Not only we have the heart, even ants have their own heart. What to speak of worms, germs, and trees and plants and fish and all kinds of animals and birds. Everyone has their heart. In their heart, Krishna dwells as the super soul. Therefore, he is called Paramatma. Paramatma, the super soul. We are souls. He is the super soul. And Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Kshetragnam chavi mamvidi sarva kshetreshu bharata. I am also knower of the kshetra, the body, but I know all bodies. So that is the statement of the Supreme Lord. So therefore, Paramatma is Krishna's knowledge portion. And finally is Bhagavan, God Himself, with all opulences in His control. So everyone in this universe, regardless of their color, ethnic background, moral background, religious background, ethnic ambiguous background. In other words, anyone, Hindu, Christian, Muslims, they all have a concept that there is God. But everyone looks upon Him their little bit intelligence. We need to have a little intelligence to understand the Absolute Lord. That intelligence, some or other, we have to obtain from the higher authorities. If we do not have ourselves, then we have to go with the intelligence of the superior authority. So ultimately is Bhagavan, one single absolute truth. What is this absolute truth? The absolute truth means one who has the quality of all beings. all these qualities reside in him. In other words, in that single personality, you can find everyone's 8,400,000 of living species qualities. That is one single Lord. Therefore, He is cognizant about everyone's happiness and miseries. And accordingly, He starts acting. So ultimately, the absolute truth is Bhagavan. And Krishna is celebrated as that Bhagavan in the Vedic literature. That absolute truth has a name as Krishna. Krishna means all attractive. So that is Krishna's position. So you may have different angles of vision on the absolute truth. But here is the special name of the Supreme Lord given by the scriptures, and we follow the scriptures. So that Krishna, the absolute Lord, is telling, Mahi Sarvani Karmani. In order to be free from all intoxications and hallucinations, you render service on my behalf. Sannyasya Adhyatma Chedasa, without being attached to that actions. Nira Ashir. Nira Ashir means Nir Ashir. Don't depend on anything or anybody. You directly serve under my direction. That direction is given to Arjuna because Arjuna and Krishna is seeing them one another face to face. But at present, we don't have any such association with the Supreme Lord. Therefore, we may need a direction from the authoritative scriptures or a person who mastered his scriptures. So we need to follow the authoritative scriptures or the person who mastered such scriptures. If you have a direct connection with Krishna, being purified, there is no problem. But if you are not, then here is the procedure. So, Nira Ashir, without being dependent on anything and anybody, or being free from any fruitive results. Nira Ashir, Nirmamo, without possessiveness. No claim of proprietorship. Nowadays, small killadis, even if they have 200 square feet of land, they think they are the owner of the entire Prithvi, the earth planet. The guys, those who have 1,000 square feet, 2,000 square feet, are so puffed up, and they don't even have the basic understanding that God owns everything. In the Ishopanishad, it is said, Isho Vasham Idam Sarvam Yatkinja Jagatyam Jagat Tene Taktena Bunjida Magrada Kashas Vidyanam. Understanding that everything is belong to the Supreme Lord. Isho Vasham Idam Sarvam. Everything. You are only given to hold for some time. When you have that egoism that I am holding, therefore I am the proprietor, that will not last for long. Just like a father comes and gives toys to his children. And sometimes the father would come and actually say, give me, let me actually play and show you also. The child will say, no, it is mine. This is what going on. So wherever we are and whatever you have, it is only given to you to hold for some time. It will be taken away. So, nirmamo, don't show your proprietorship there. So you can hold on to it for some time. After that, Krishna is going to take it from you and send some other souls as your children or relative or whatever it is. And that person also nothing to do with you, or you are anything to do with that person. So they take the ownership. Because of the bodily attachment, these parents would not give to anybody. They give to only their children, even if they are so complicated and vicious. They can't even give to God Himself. How deeply we have entered into that illusion. Proprietorship. I have earned all these things. Therefore, everything is mine. Krishna is saying, everything I own and control. Yatkinja jagatyam jagat. Anything in this world. Therefore, whatever I have given you as the quota, you just use that. Understanding everything else is given for other children of mine. Distributed. These foolish rich people, they want to be rich. One day, finished. The richness is over. And they don't distribute. They may give to some cancer institute. There are so many poor people. Because you have captured and taken their money. Therefore, all this money is one-sided. It is all their quota. And their quota is being plundered. Go and give them houses. Give some money in their account. Why only to the Cancer Institute? You are encouraging only diseased people there. A place that is pure or sanguine. Therefore, all these diseases actually come. Krishna has given unlimited land to every country. Expand. Engage people more and more in agricultural field. Let them produce food. Give them a place to stay. Make them God conscious. We don't do any of these things. Just to give the donation to the hospitals and encourage all these people to become sick. You drink, you eat meat, you smoke cigarette, even though there are hundreds of statutory warnings. People just do become sick, go to the hospital, you give free treatment. Why don't we stop disease by maintaining a pure life? Is possible. So the rich people earns money and misuse it. Many guys are in charge of the treasury department. They just embezzle. Therefore, Krishna is telling here, I am the original proprietor of everything. So don't unnecessarily claim everything is yours. No false proprietorship. Nirmamo. More often, we get too exasperated for the reason people are not utilizing things in the right place. Because they have such annoying behavior that they think this world is eternal and I am also eternal. So let me utilize everything in my own limited circumference. This is called utter foolishness, absolute foolishness. Nirmamo. Yuddhasa vigada jwaraha. Here Krishna is telling jwara, don't be feverish. Right? Fever, feverish. Don't act like that you are sick. Jwaraha, come out of it. In this connection, fever means is a kind of reluctance that I don't want to do this job. When you get the fever, you don't want to eat certain medicines. Even though you know that medicine is the solution, remedy for you. But you don't want to take it. Here is the same. Don't be under vigada jwaraha, feverish condition that you don't want to render your services for my happiness and get entangled into your materialistic nonsenses. So, as I said, not to be ghost haunted. And a person who is ghost haunted, he must be given mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Just like a snake charmer, he enticed the snake by mantra. It's possible. Similarly, ghost haunted, bodily concept of life, can come to the pure Adhyatma Chedasa, soul's platform, by chanting and hearing constantly and incessantly. That this ghost will go away. Then you will see yourself that you are the soul, Adhyatma Chedasa. So, what is the medicine? The medicine is pure sanctified food. No onion, no garlic, no meat, no fish, no eggs. Cook purely, offer to Krishna as a prasadam, you take it. Sometimes people think, why not onion? I am a married person. If I don't eat onion, I cannot have sex. But that is not truth. There are several lakhs and lakhs of Vaishnavas. They all have family life. They all have children. It's not that they were eating onion and garlic. Because the origin of onion and garlic is the cow meat. From cow meat, the onion originated. From the cow's bone, garlic originated. Therefore, it is untouchable. Eating onion and garlic is as good as eating cow meat. There are some other religious group. They are vegetarian, but they eat onion and garlic. Then we actually say, due to ignorance, we might have touched the meat or something in the past. But you guys are eating onion and garlic, still eating the cow meat and cow bone. What about that? And you are thinking you are a vegetarian person. We are not vegetarian, nor we are non-vegetarian. We are Krishnatarian. Krishna said, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam, Jome Bhaktya Prayachadi. Give me leaf, water, and vegetables and fruits with love. I will accept it. So, this is the medicine. There is mantra. In order to have the full benefit of that mantra, there must be a proper food. If a doctor prescribes a medicine, he would also prescribe the food. What to be eaten, what not to be eaten, to have the full benefit of that medicine. Otherwise, the medicine will not work. So, the mantra will not work until you have the proper food. Then jewels. For us, our jewel is Tulasi Mala. It may be made of Tulasi wood, plant, but it works. If you do all these things strictly and follow, we are in the Parampara system. Whether we die or live, God and His devotees are there to take care of us. Why would God go behind an independent person who pays no attention to his representatives or himself? Why He would take responsibility of that person? So let us understand, we have a jwara. This jwara has to come out by the medicine, mantra, and jewels. Let us work for Krishna. We have worked for ourselves for so many years. No results were produced. And the time is gone and everything is got wasted. Better to be late than never. Like that, let us take up the process of devotional service and with a single concentration, regardless of my convenience and inconveniences, let me engage in the service of the Lord under a superior guidance of a person. I will be successful. So that is what Krishna is saying. Dedicate all activities for me so that you will be free from all nasty results of material activities. It's very simple. Thank you very much. We will continue. Hare Krishna.